farming industry's had a lot of technological changes over the years. The farmer today has been farming for quite a while and has seen a lot of changes. I want to ask a question here. How hard has it been to adapt to two technologies? We see you have 3 different monitors there, some of which I know are causing you some aggravation today. But how has that transition been going?
Well, it's been a long transition. A good friend of mine was named Bob Dickey, and his dad invented the Dickey John corn monitor. And so that's going back almost 50 years. And so that's where this began, being able to monitor seed as you're driving along. But probably then the next biggest improvement is when they came along with what I'm going to call a rate controller or a flow controller for liquid applied herbicides or spraying weed control products on crops. And then probably the next biggest one, and I'm going to say something that may have caught the industry by surprise as to how quickly that was going to be adapted, was guidance, auto steer guidance. It sounds simple and almost sounds a little lazy, but on the other hand, it really frees you up to think about how the machine's performing. You're allowed to turn around, take a look, see what's going on, evaluate the results. Definitely takes the stress out of the day. The constant moving back and forth of your arms and your eyes, being focused on things like that. So that really takes the tension out. Something that blew my mind one time is I got up early in the morning, went out to start a new field in the dark, and made my outside 2 rounds around the perimeter of the field, and had my AB line set and was ready to go, and I happened to think I need to put a test plot in this field, and it's pitch dark. So I just looked at the monitor, swabbed over about 10 or 12 swaths, lined up on the AB line, took off planting in the middle of the field in the dark, and when it got daylight, you'd never know that we had done that. It was that perfectly straight, but that was kind of a watershed moment, because it just kind of baffles your mind that you could do that. So currently, we're monitoring about, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we got about 7 things that we're monitoring currently on a corn planter, not counting guidance, not counting keeping track of data in that field, not counting the fuel efficiency that's being performed by the tractor. Just a whole bunch of things going on here all at the same time. They're pretty user-friendly, but at the same time, when things go wrong, I'm not really educated, or I'm not streetwise enough to know how to get around or work around a software issue that's causing trouble. So consequently, we have 2 monitors in the machine, so we have some redundancy. So when one isn't working quite right, we got another one we can fall back on and still get performance and still continue working. So I can say that yes, it's been about 50 crops that I put in, and technology has been a big part of it. Probably the last 20, maybe 15, I don't know, but it's a welcome change. Most of the time, I don't plant a crop exactly the same way as I did the year before. I don't intentionally try to go out and make a change every year, but I think I've almost made changes to the planter or to the performance of this machine every year since we've started planting. So, change is what it's about. so it would work better.
I notice on there one of the row units, number 22, is showing up yellow.
It's showing high.
Is that one of the glitches you're going to have to work on?
No, that's that paper clip that I was telling you about. So it's planning about 36.7 right now, and we're shooting for 34. So being off a couple thousand, I'm not concerned about it. So we've got downforce, we've got good ride, and good click. So I can do vacuum. I only got 3 sensors of vacuum. I can do singulation. I can do row details. If you want to see a planter plant, there we go. We're planting. So let's just say, for instance, one of them, there's these seed discs, and they have holes. Each one of those green plants represent a seed being dropped. Let's say one of those little holes got plugged up. You would see a red gap in there, and you would notice that there was something plugged there. So even right now, you can see there it's picking up the deviations every once in a while. If you look at it closer, it's too close together, there's a gap. You don't get perfection with these things.
It's still pretty close.
You can get pretty close, and you can go the next step. So there are better planter units. You can buy planter units that actually have belts that will deliver this corn down to the seed trench, which is the latest and greatest in technology. Although in 1968 or 70, Dad had a planter that did exactly that. It was a plate planter, but it had a belt that actually took the seed down to the seed trench in that year.